Hi, peak color is just approaching here in East Central Indiana. We might have some rain tomorrow, so with the weight of the rain on the leaves, it might pull a lot of them off and it'll change the color. So the next 24 hours could be the best look, but for sure over the next few days. Halloween is next week. So I encourage everybody to get out and just explore and appreciate the colors that get painted on the trees this time of year. I'll take you on a quick look around. It's been real brisk this morning, but it's been perfect weather. Blow molds are appreciating the briskness of the season. The pine trees are blocking a full view of this tree that was planted just a couple years after we had moved here. So it will have a lot of vivid red color on it whenever the sun peeks around here to it. Sunshine feels wonderful, just wonderful. The fields have been picked for the most part. There's a few around that are still being harvested, but for the most part, a bulk of crops are in. Places with really large farms. Oh, I just scared the birds out, sorry. A pair of doves are not happy. I just woke them up. You can see the yellow of the pines, and they'll be shedding very look how thick it already is. So they'll drop those needles and it'll be a very thick coating. Whenever we get warm days, we'll be raking that up. It is a natural mulch and all that, but it can also be a fire risk, let alone that it damages your grass over time. But I don't know. People need to consider that they need to rake that up if they do have a high fire risk. It has been a concern with field fires and such, of course, in the area, because it has been super dry. That's why the season of color change has been off. That tree in the back and a long fetid creek, that tree line back there that runs into the Mississinewa, it's just starting to show some color there. I stopped along the Mississinewa River this morning and there was some nice color showing on the river with some really dense fog. I'll pop that in some photos I took at the end. But we already have a lot of the red leaves that just from being super dry have dropped out of this tree. The tulip tree has already shed. They tend to dry out early in the season. They're real pretty yellow, but they pretty much were brown and then gone. And I've noticed that quite a few places. And then this is always a nice bright yellow one. It has a little hint of some red on it. This area of the yard we call the swamp. If you dig down within 12 inches, there's always a high water table. Even though this is a little bit higher of our property, it's just a swamp. Very gravelly, naturally under the soil. But there's the golden yellow on that. I have meetings later today, so I'm not gonna get the peak color at noon. We're capturing what we can. This one has had a little bit of protection, so it still has a lot of green. Maybe it will be one of our last ones after we might get some rain. Ooh, look at that sun glare. Can't complain about it though. It is beautiful, isn't it? And then the big maple. It was, the colors on it, you know, it all depends on sugar contents and that. It has different shades, and a dead branch from a storm, that is a lot of reds and orange, but it's turning mostly yellow-green, little hints of red at the tips. We'll see if it gets to turn full shades of red before any rain comes. If we go out here to the northern side that's most exposed, you can see those tips are more red while we get a peek of the moon that's still there. Lots of green still on the inside of it. And this shrub, like a red burning bush, it's starting to turn. Makes you feel like Christmas, which is 2 months away. Perfect timing, isn't it? Look at those colors. Isn't that gorgeous? Landscaper's dream. Just a few days. And the woods across the street always shows in awesome color. Beautiful shades through there. Even makes the browns look glorious, doesn't it? So nice fall. Midday with the sun bright. Be pleasant to be out. Very brisk and chilly this morning. If I stood out here long, I would need my gloves. But my blow mold friends are having a ball, enjoying the season. Happy fall.